like a delay in my damn voice. But yeah, I'm back. Nebuchadnezzar has landed. The captain has returned. All is well. Safe. As best as I can accomplish that. Listen, I know it's been a little minute. I think that going forward, uh, I might do like little seasons and take a break. Maybe my goal is to take a break, a week between each season, and I'll release maybe because what's that? 3 months belong to each season, so I'll release an episode a week, and what's that? That's 12 episodes a season. So I'll do 10 episodes a season and take a 2 week break. So let's see how long that lasts. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, I promise. But yeah, I just been busy. I'm not gonna lie. I miss you.
What do you mean by that?
I miss you. I miss the memes too. I miss I mean, I have an episode recorded. I just didn't have enough, and I was trying to get this one guest, but he's a piece of shit. And I I lied about the whole podcast. Not the whole podcast. I lied about one guest, and I just lied for no reason. I just didn't have enough words to continue the conversation, so I started lying. And yeah, that made him hesitant to join the podcast. But I'm gonna get him eventually. Um, New environment entirely. I moved. Well, I completed my move. Um, I like to think that I have a nice little studio setup now. Um, any more updates? I don't know. I recently went and picked up some more books. You know what I mean? Lust for knowledge never ends. Um, Lust for more questions never ends. Um, and speaking about that, it's really funny how like strangers think that I'm very intelligent, and people, the people that know me the longest, I don't think they have the same regard for my intelligence. My like I was talking to my supervisor, and I was using just my vocabulary, and he was like, "Why are you using all these big words?" And I was like, "I don't. I I never thought about why, but I like to have a lot of words at my disposal. I think that words like are stop you from using words like and things of that nature. Obviously, I haven't mastered it just yet. However, I think that having more words at my disposal makes me a more powerful being. I think that that's what I'm fighting towards. So I didn't say this during the conversation, but I just had to think about it a little bit longer. So yeah, I think not even just that, but like during hanging around people that like met me recently or we have a shallow relationship or yeah, I think they they've been calling me smart now, and I don't think I'm the smartest person ever. I don't think I'm even close. So yeah, that's just something that's been going on. What else? What's been going on with you guys? Oh yeah, cool. I found out recently that I might be narcissistic. I might have some narcissistic tendencies because um I well on previous episodes I've stated that I like talk over people, but I also disregard what they say when I do hear them. Like sometimes, unless I think that it's important and like the conversation is about them, the way my mind works is that I hear you and I hear what you're saying, right? And then I will like um relate that to my life, and then I would have the thoughts about my own life. I don't know if that's commonplace with other people. I don't know if other people do the same thing, but then I interject with what oh my little speaker just turned off. But yeah, then I didn't interject with like what I want to talk about. I nowadays when I'm having the conversation, I apologize for speaking over them, and then I ask them to either remember what they're gonna say, ask them if they can remember what they're about to say, or ask them if I can talk over them. All right. Um. Yeah. So that's just me having the regular conversations, I guess. Um. Did I tell you guys I sold my motorcycle? That was big news. That was big news. Oh, I got a new car too. I haven't named her yet, but my friend named her, and I think I'm gonna go with Coco. She behaves like a Coco. She drinks more than I, and she handles nice on the road. Uh, yeah. I don't know what I'm planning for this season particular. I have to go back and listen to season one. I urge all of you to, and I have to think of a theme that was going with that one. I mean, yeah, and then season two can be its own little vibe, or it could just be separation of episodes. It really don't have to be that deep, but you know, what I mean, I like storytelling. That's why when I record music, I was just telling this story to somebody else. But when I uh put out music, I don't like dropping singles. I like dropping complete bodies of work because I like all of it to be like its own universe. I like episodic things. Yeah. Any more updates? I've been watching mad anime and reading those books. I haven't really opened those books yet. I'm not even gonna cap. Um. Yeah, but as far as anime goes, okay, let me just get this out the way for all my weebs. But can we all agree that Boruto's dog shit? Because Naruto's dog shit now, and I'm only saying Naruto, uh the universe, not the character, is dog shit now because they did away with all the hand signs. Hand signs was what made it cool. If we think back to what made Naruto cool, it was the hand signs. It was the running, but then the running became like a meme type shit. So hand signs was like all niggas had. I started watching One Piece too. One Piece is lit. But yeah, hand signs, right? Because okay, think about Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was cool because Dragon Ball Z is probably the best anime because they're very, very good at naming shit and making you be able to like do the things in person that they're doing online, like on the shows, like the fusion dance, the Kamehameha wave, the spirit bomb, like all these things, like you can do them type shit, like you know what I mean? Then Naruto, you had the fire ass hand signs, but now it's like niggas is not doing them no more. Like it's just all teleporting and all cyber shit. So Naruto's out here. I'm looking for another protagonist I can just like binge for a while. Um, have you guys ever seen the video on YouTube called The Egg? Everybody, I think there's levels to wokeness, right? So the levels of wokeness in my experience. Okay, I'm about to go on a tangent here. So and I have a notepad now, so I'm not gonna like lose my train of thought. I'm an old person now. Um, okay. I just saw your message, Tata. But so yeah. So okay, what were we talking about? Um, okay, the video of the egg. Oh yeah, and I only write in caps lock now because I don't know. When I was a kid, my parents used to tell me that my handwriting was dog shit, right? But they also wanted me to be artistic, so I'm like, my nigga, what do you want from me? Because I'm doing art every time I write a paragraph. That was my rebuttal to all that shit. But now my handwriting's like fire. Anyways, so I went from the egg to the levels of I was gonna say wokeness, but it's more like of actualization, levels of uh levels of levels of we could say levels of reality, I guess, because I'm gonna break that down further. Okay, so boom. And then I wanted to write that down because as I was saying that, I remembered that I wanted to discuss. I have a speech impediment. I wanted to discuss um uh truth, right? Hold on, let me. I really miss all this shit. 1 second.
Bombakat!
Oh, perfect. Okay, fantastic. So I used to believe in objective truths, and I still do, but objective truth is the weakest form of truth to me. Um, Personal perspective, conscious truth is the most important truth to the individual. I think objective truths only matter to society, right? Like I use this analogy all the time. The person that's standing on the street corner and there's a person driving a car, right? The person driving a car is driving, let's say, 60 miles per hour, and 60 miles per an hour. And they drive past the person standing on the street. The person on the street just seen a blur, right? But the person driving in the car is able to see that person's face, see more details about that person. And that's the same event happened for both of them, but that's objective truth. Objective truth is that the car passed said person when they were standing on the corner, right? But that doesn't give us much detail. So then we have to look at personal truth. Perspective is what it's called. And it's like the person driving is like, oh, I seen Keontae over there on the street corner or whatever, right? And then the person standing in the corner is like, I don't know what the fuck. I seen a red car speed past me. I barely can even make out what type of car it was. Was it the Challenger? Was it blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I'm digesting the idea of recognizing perspective truth over objective truth. So that's an idea that I'm, digesting.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of...
All right, whatever. All right. Yeah, so back to the levels of reality now, right? Oh, wait. Okay, I want to talk about the egg first. So the egg video on YouTube, it's a wonderful video. I think first time I seen it, I was going through like a stoner phase, and I was just anxious, and I had a lot of existential dread, and I was in a depressive state. I was not depressed. I did not suffer from depression. Depression is not a joke in any sort of matter. I won't claim a mental issue that I do not have, and people on TikTok should follow suit. But yeah, I was just going through a period of like molting, spiritual mental molting, and this video helped me out a lot. In the video, I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis, but I still want you to go check it out. It's basically a very quaint reincarnation story. And so this man, I believe he's driving a car, and he gets into, and his wife and child are in the car. He gets into a car accident. He's the only person that dies. When he dies, he meets God, and God says, like, you good, bro? And he was like, how's my wife and kid? And God was like, damn, my G, like, you just died. Like, your whole life is over, and the first thing you're checking on is somebody else. That's morally correct. And so God, he was like, is this heaven? And God was like, no, there is no heaven, there is no hell. And he's like, oh, So what do I do now? He was like, well, you got them, you go to another life type shit. And he was like, oh, so the Buddhists had it right, or and he was like, well, everybody had it right, but in a different way. Like everybody had something right, and God was gonna reincarnate him as a Chinese peasant girl in the year 400 or some shit. And then he was like, wait, what? So um he was like, so so time travel is real? And he was like, in a way. So he was like, so I'm going to be a Chinese peasant girl in the year 600. But hey, all right, long story short, God was explaining to him how he's not just that Chinese peasant girl. He is everybody. He has lived every life. And once he dies, he goes back and becomes another person in the like whole cog of it all, in the whole system of it all, right? So, um, and that was interesting to me because that, well, they said this in the video too, but it's like it's a peaceful way to live life. Like everything that you've ever done that was negative, you've done it to yourself. And every like positive thing that you've done to someone else, you've blessed yourself. So I just think that's an interesting way to look at life. And that is the like foundation of my current belief system about death and all sorts of things. Yeah, and that's the video of the egg, right? And I would tell people to go watch the egg once they reach like a certain plateau on the levels of reality, because to even get to that level of reality, you have to have at least one ego death. And okay, that whole story of the egg, it kind of reminds me of this story when I was like 16. Oh no, I was yeah, senior in high school. I was 16. And I was just driving to school. I was driving my brother's car, I believe, and I got into this car accident because I was late, and there was mad traffic on the 400, and I got into this accident. I crashed into the back of this car, and it wasn't any real damage, but I didn't care. I just jumped out, and I was like, this guy stepped out the car same time, and I said like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he was like 50 or something. He was like, "No, son, are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And he was like, he paused for a second, looked me up and down, and was like, "You know what? Just get out of here." I sprinted to the car, jumped in that bit, and took off. But that's like that just reminds me of how God, like, in that story was like, you died, and the first thing you was worried about was, is somebody else okay? And you know what I mean? Just spoke to me personally on a personal level. Sure.
Bomba.
All right, so boom, the levels of reality, right? Okay, I think the first level of reality has to be like the innocence of a child. People say children are mean, but that's because they're living on the most basic. They're living on the most basic level of reality. They're like living on a. They're living with the id. You know what I mean? Leaning more to the id. They don't even have an ego yet, because ego has to come with intent. Egos with pride. Egos with, like there's ego there, of course, but they're living more on like the more like the lowest level of even consciousness. They're new people. They still smell like new car. So I think that's the first level, that ignorance, that naivety, that what do you call that again? I just said it. Fuck it. Anyways, new people. Anyways, so and then you gain your ego, and with the ego, you get a lust for knowledge, and you think you know it all, when you think you know it all, of course you have all the answers to life. And that's around like, teenage angst, fuck the authority, fuck the establishment, fuck everything that came before me that I don't agree with and I didn't have a hand in making. I think that's the next level. And with that level, the next level after that is when you get a little. All right, that level is when you think you have some type of intelligence, but you're just talking shit. You don't know nothing. And I think the next level after that is when you gain a little bit of intelligence. All right, that's the people that's in high school and college. They go to these psycho philosophy, history. They learn a lot about a little bit of shit. And then you become an activist. You become quote unquote woke. You realize the atrocities that are being done around the world, right? But there's still ego there because you think that you're a hero enough to stop a nuke. So you become a Black Panther for a while. And then you know what? That's too broad of an issue for you. Then you become like in-depth person. Like you become a feminist or something. Like you choose a problem to put under a microscope. But I still call that the like activism level of it all. Because these are issues entirely. I'm not going to sit here and act like these issues don't need resolution, but from somebody more intelligent than you at that stage. And then after that, once you hit a brick wall, you know what I always say? I always say a brick wall, some people need to reach a brick wall for change. So once you reach a brick wall of that era, that's your first ego death, right? Because there's nothing else for your ego to do at that point but die, right? It's up until that point, nothing has given the ego a reality check, if perfectly done in those steps. So you've learned all through the steps. Now you're applying energy into what you learned, and you're doing things. And then some big money person is like, yo, shut the fuck up, bum ass nigga. What are you talking about, nigga? Shut the fuck up, nigga. Broke ass. Yeah, that's how they get at you. Like, it's happened to me before. Like, I was just walking down the street thinking I was an activist, and a whole bunch of New York goons pulled up on me. Like, they was like, yo, the fuck out of here, nigga. But yeah, so they and that's the point where you can choose whether or not what path you're going to take then, right? You can choose. After that, it's like after you stop looking at you're looking at before then you were looking at all society's problems. Then once you reach there, you start thinking about, well, why, right? Then you start looking at the institutions that run society, like the prisons, the militarization of police, the pharmaceutical, the religions. Then you start thinking about, well, if everybody that I know and I've ever met and I've ever talked to and I ever heard speak thinks that these are shitty institutions, well, who is positively gaining from any of this shit? Right? Then at that level of quote unquote reality, there's another ego death. Because that's when you realize you don't know shit. Any name that you've ever heard that is running the government, when I said the government, I don't mean the United States government, the government of the United States. No, I mean the governing body that has put in place for millennia these institutions that run the masses. Use whatever name you would like. I don't, all right. I feel like we've reached a place where if you say a name that you hypothesize could be, even if the name is out there in the zeitgeist of it all, you're wrong. Because you don't know shit. You don't know anybody's name. Right? So I think after that point, you reach a spiritual awakening. Because you realize you're so weak, you have to be just like I think Bruce Lee said this. You have to be like water. Right? Just you can't fight the wave of it all. You have to go within. But you know what water can do over time? Erode. Water is the strongest and most powerful element that there is on this whole planet. But it's also the calmest and the most nourishing. Oh, that's just food for thought. Oh, I was thinking about this shit the other day. Like, the what do you call them again? I don't know what the name is for them at this moment, but they're like the questioning words. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Wait, who, what, when, where, why, where? Okay, cool. And how, right? And okay. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me grab this book real fast. I took some notes. This is real life. So I'm not cutting that out. Like, this is real life, bro. I'm a real person. I fucking forgot the book over there. Anyways, this is the laws of the these are the laws of the universe. And I think on another episode I'm going to dive more into the laws, but the law that I want to bring up right now is the law of gender. And it says life works best when your divine feminine and divine masculine energies are in alignment. Divine feminine connects us to intuition, emotions, creativity, spirituality. Divine masculine connects us to logic, confidence, authority, and action taking. Right? And I was giving some more thought to this, right? And this law basically states in the whole universe, everything is masculine and feminine. And I was thinking about these questions, these words that begin every question that we ask ourselves. Who, what, when, where, and why. I think this is just like a thing that I was thinking about before I was going to bed. But there's 6 of them here, right? And I was thinking, who is feminine? What is masculine? When masculine? Father time. Right? Men, you be like, you ever like ask a girl like, can you tell me what happened? Or she's just like telling you a story and shit. And you're like, what happened? And she's like, I'm getting there. You don't understand. Jessica was there, but Julia was there. And then Marissa came through. And you know what I mean? Like, who matters a lot to women. So what happened is like, that's how I was feeling. Anyways, so I feel like who is feminine, what and when are masculine. Why is let me give some more thought to this. Why? I think why might be feminine. Because why is like unnecessary. It doesn't matter why you did it. You did it and now it's like authority. It's like if you kill somebody, I guess you can get self-defense, but if you kill, no, you're still going to prison because you killed somebody. So it's like you're not getting away with nothing. And why has to be feminine as well, because if you tell a woman an excuse, she'll buy that shit if it's good enough. If if somebody cheats on me, it's over with. Fuck your life. And then like where is feminine as well, and how is masculine. That's just a thought that I was having, and I try to remember that shit. Anyways, damn, I'm running out of time. Damn, this might be a good little ep. Dropped an EP. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I dropped an EP. Maybe like a month ago. I don't remember. Maybe a few weeks ago. Anyways, check it out. Oh, I just want to say the worst part of a relationship to me, relationship with a significant other, is that me personally, I only like a handful of things. I don't like a lot of things. I like one pizza place, one Chinese place, one blah blah blah, one blah blah blah. Or like one TV show the most. I only like a few things. But when I'm in a relationship, I have to give those things, I have to share those things, right? That's not the worst part of it all. But if we ever was to separate, now those things are like attached to you too in my mind type shit. That's like, that's why I don't like having our songs. Unless it's like a song that came out. I don't like sacrificing the songs that I like for them to become our songs. I've done that a few times. I've done that a few times that it ruins the song. All right. You know what time it is. Here we go. Ooh, shit. Damn, I'm not even gonna roll this bitch again. This is fire. So boom, it landed on fitness. Okay. Like I always say, there's 4 parts to who I am and who you are. Is mind, body, spirit, and soul. What I've been doing is recently, I'm on like a little fitness kick right now. That's why I was so elated by it landing on fitness. The way that I remain fit with my mind is just like I said, picked up them books. I watch a certain type of media, and I always challenge my beliefs that I already believe in. Right? I like if I let's say damn, I'm trying to not say anybody's real name because I don't want this to become like a political ass podcast. But let's say I'm super duper fucking Republican, and I will wholeheartedly watch all Democratic fucking debates and media and things of that nature, because at any point I have the free will to change my opinion on everything. And if it's something with good fucking like evidence and truth, and it makes sense to me, then I might digest it and put it into my being. So I always have to like challenge my own thoughts and gain more information, and don't be set in any of my ways. And that's how I grow mentally. Right? And then there's body. Nowadays I'm going to the fitness center once a day at least, and I'm eating right. I'm about to do a detox with this duck flower detox. I bought 2 duck flowers, and I'm gonna do one now, and also drinking mad water. Matter of fact, the only time I even drink anything other than water is like cola, and that's when I eat something like greasy, I try to just use the cola and get the grease out the system type shit. Mind, body, spirit. Right? Spirit is like willpower. So I take cold showers. I punish myself if my body disobeys me in any way, I will punish myself. I get up when I tell myself to get up, and I don't want to hear, I don't, if I get the thought of 5 more minutes, no, fuck you, get up. Because I said so. And then sometimes my brain is like, well, it only takes 20 minutes to get to work. No, fuck you. Get up. Because I said so. You should have went to sleep earlier. These are the type of things that like it's good. I'm becoming more disciplined with myself. Right? I work 20 minutes from my house. I get up 2 hours before I'm supposed to be there every morning. Because fuck you, I run the show and you don't get to say shit. So I think that discipline is the purest, is the driving force of your spirit. Because if you as a man, and when I say man I mean a human, if you as a man, if you say you're going to do something, you got to do it. And that's the type of life I live. So I try to make myself as comfortably uncomfortable as possible, because I have to make sure that I'm always moving towards something and that I am in control of this ship entirely. Procrastination used to cripple me, and now I can't even fathom not doing something, because, like I said, fuck you, get the fuck up. And then there's soul, right? I think to elevate your soul and to have a pure soul, that's when it comes to your morals. Because all other things I named, you can take your mind, your body, and your spirit and do atrocities for this whole world if you really want to. But when it comes to soul, that's your morale compass. Because you can choose to get up and look at this world as damned and just say, fuck it. You can drive past a heap of trash on the side of the road. There's people that's going to drive past. There's people that's going to stop. There's people that's going to call the company that needs to come pick up this trash on the side of the road. There's people that's going to try to pick it up themselves. Then there's the people that are going to throw trash on top of that trash. Who are you? So when it comes to fitness, that's my current core beliefs. And that's all the muscles that I work out on a daily basis. You have to try to make your current reality heaven. Because every day you have the choice and opportunity to live in heaven or hell. So you can walk this earth being a positive light, or you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can be as negative as you want to be. Yeah. But I don't know. I just try to move around this earth as light as possible. I try to walk. My shadow leads me. I try to walk as light as my shadow does. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in again. I missed you. I don't know what this season has in store. I don't ever know what I'm going to talk about. But yeah, we definitely have some great guests coming on this season. Listen. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Okay. Okay. So boom. Just be cool. Thank you. Signing off.